Welcome to PIPS on Location. I'm Inspector Frank Maule of the Wilmington Fire Department. On this show, we're going to be taking you inside a home here in the city of Wilmington and showing you some of the fire dangers you might encounter inside a residential home. Okay, we're down here in the basement area of the home right now. We're going to be discussing a little bit here about your heater safety. What we have here is a typical heater and water heater that you would find in a home. One of the things that you noticed is you have nothing around the heater. You want to have a lot of open space. You don't want to have anything near the heater or the water heater that could cause a fire, because both these units do get very hot. One thing is, at the beginning of the winter time, you want to make sure both of these units are serviced. You want to have a professional service person come in, check out the heaters. Especially with the heater itself, you want to make sure if it has any filters in there, you want to make sure that they're cleaned. You want to have somebody come in, make sure that the flames are working properly. Another thing, if you have gas or oil in your home, at any time, if you smell gas or any type of petroleum type of product, make sure you call 911. Have us come out and take a look at it. There could be a problem with the unit where we have to shut it down, and you would call a professional person to come in and service these units. All right, we're going to head on upstairs now and start with some kitchen safety. Okay, we're in the kitchen area now where 95% of the home fires do start. First thing we're going to be talking to you about is the oven safety. We have basically a microwave and the regular oven here. When you're dealing with the microwaves, there's certain things you want to make sure. When you are cooking in a microwave, you want to make sure that you have microwave safe type bowls to put inside. If you're doing the popcorn, the microwave popcorn, you want to make sure that you're doing it properly. It's on a certain setting and heat. Also, make sure whatever you're putting inside the microwave does not contain aluminum. There's paper towels out there nowadays that are actually recyclable, and they have aluminum inside those paper towels. So make sure that they're not recyclable paper towels, because you could start a fire with them. If you should have a fire inside your microwave, make sure that you don't open the door up. Keep the door closed. Watch to make sure that the fire goes out properly. Once the fire goes out, keep the microwave closed. Let the smoke dissipate. Once that happens, then go ahead and open up your microwave. If you should have a fire either in the microwave or the regular stove and it does not go out, please call 911, evacuate the house, tell them that you have an active fire in your stove, and leave. All right. Next over here we have a stove top here we're going to show you. This is where a lot of our fires also start. You have a lot of times people are cooking with grease on the stove top. They might be doing chicken, bacon, and they might have a little bit of splatter which could cause a fire within the pan. You want to make sure that you always keep a lid and oven mitts right nearby. So if you do have a flare-up, you can go ahead and take the lid and put it right over top the pan. It should snuff the fire out. Go ahead and shut the stove off and go ahead and put it towards the back burner. Let it cool for a while, and then you should be good to go. Another thing you need to have here in your home, you need to have a fire extinguisher. Have one of these nearby, all right? That way if the cover doesn't put the fire out, or you shouldn't have a cover, you forget, you can go ahead and use the extinguisher to put the fire out. Once you're also cooking, you want to make sure that you do not have on the stove any paper towels, any type of flammable items that could be nearby that could also ignite. Another thing is you want to make sure you don't have long dangly clothes on, like long sleeves that hover down. Maybe have also an apron on, so if you do have any splatter, you can't get burnt. If you should have carrying a type of grease burn, make sure you get over to the faucet, put some cold water on it, get it going. At any time, if you have any type of emergency that you feel uncomfortable with while you are cooking, if you should have a fire and you feel that you can't control it, get everybody to the house, sound the alarm. Once outside, call 911. Let them know you have an active fire in your kitchen, and we'll come out and contain the problem. Okay, we're going to go ahead and head into the laundry room area now and talk a little bit about safety in that area. All right, we're in the laundry room area of the house now, and we do have a lot of times we will have fires inside the laundry room area. One of the main concerns is your dryer. All right, people don't realize when they come in here, The biggest thing in the dryer with a fire is the lint trap. All right. As you can see, I asked Anya to make sure when they did their clothes last, not to remove the lint from the trap. I wanted to show you what it looks like. This is a bad idea. You want to make sure that this trap is completely clean at all times, after and before you use it. So once you're once you're done, just remove the lint from the trap, put it in the trash can, and remove it and put it back inside the trap. Another thing, there's brushes out there that you can buy, different hardware stores, that you can actually go inside and clean the trap out with. Also, you have a tube that sits behind this dryer that vents outside. You can bring the dryer out, remove that tube, and there's also longer brushes that you can clean inside that tube with. If you're an elderly person or someone who doesn't think they can handle it, call whoever you bought your dryer off of. They have service reps that could come out here, properly clean it. That's another thing I would recommend that you do once a year anyway. Have a service rep come out, make sure the belt's inside the dryer and everything is working functionally properly. That way you won't have any problems. And once again, if you should have a fire inside your dryer, close the door. Make sure that it's closed. Get everybody out of the house. Call 911. Okay, we're going to go ahead now and we're going to head into the living room area and we're going to talk a little bit about fireplace safety. All right, we're in the living room area of the house now where we want to talk to you a little bit about fireplace safety. Now, Anya and EJ here, they have a gas fireplace. All right, once the winter season starts, this is another place you want to have a service rep come in and take a look at it, especially if it's gas. Want to make sure, come in, check it, make sure there's no leaks. If you have a real fireplace, a wood-burning fireplace, you want to make sure you have a chimney sweep come in every year and inspect it. You want to make sure they start at the top of the chimney, make sure you have no cracks in your chimney. You want to have them professionally clean it. Get the creosote that's built up inside there. Also, ask them what type of wood they should be burning in their fireplace. There's different types of woods that burn better in the fireplace than others. You also want to make sure you have a screen in front of the fireplace. This will keep the sparks from shooting out onto your floor around your rug area. All right. Also, if you have a real fireplace that burns wood, you want to make sure that you have your tools that properly used to move the fire around. And before you go to bed at night, make sure the fire's out. You don't want to leave an unattended fire in your fireplace before you go to bed at night. All right, we're going to go ahead and head upstairs now, talk to you a little bit about escape plan in your home. Okay, we're on the second floor of the home now. This is where you're going to be sleeping at nighttime. This is the way you would want your sleeping quarters to look at night, your bedrooms. You want to make sure that your doors to all your rooms are closed at night. That way, if you do have a fire during the middle of the night while you're sleeping, your first line of defense are the smoke alarms that you have in your home. You should have one on every floor of your house, including the basement and attic area. That way, if you have a fire in those type of areas of the home, the smoke alarms are going to go off and they're going to alert you. By having your doors closed, it's going to keep the smoke out of your bedrooms. There's carbon monoxide in that smoke, and it's going to keep it from putting you into a deeper sleep, okay? Majority of the fires we've had over the years where we had fatalities, we found people sound asleep in their beds without any working smoke alarms. That's how they died. The smoke got to them, not the fire, the smoke. One of the things you want to make sure you have is an escape plan in your home, all right? We call it EDITH, exit drill in the home. If you want to learn more about this, you can stop by any fire station in the city. They would be happy to tell you how to do a plan, or they can get you in touch with us in the fire prevention unit, and we could sit down with you and to go over a plan with you. You can also go online at any time under the National Fire Protection Agency, under their website, and there's tons of plans under there that you could use that would fit your home. Thanks for watching. But before we leave, we want to thank the family of EJ and Anya Castagna, their daughter Sydney and son Sean for letting us come into their home today to film the show. We'll see you next time on PIPS on Location.